Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the intention of this first video for 2025 is to wish you a happy new year and to also share how I started my year with intentionality, with digital fasting and intentional goal setting. So if this is of interest to you, stick around, subscribe, like, share. So December 2024, I had lots of activities such as graduations, Christmas parties, and so I think I got to a point where I felt social fatigue. I don't know if any of you has experienced that before, but I got social fatigue and I thought of how I was going to recharge and come into 2025 full of energy and all the good vibes that I wanted to feel coming into the new year. So, guess what? I checked into a hotel the evening of January 1st and I stayed till January 4th. But this is what I did. I left my phone at home and checked into the hotel and started my digital fasting. So not only was I not seeing anybody, I was also not interacting with anyone online. I mean, there was no social media for me, no social media, no phone calls, no text messages, nothing. It was just me and books I had packed. I also packed a lot of food and all the things that I felt I'll need and just stayed 4 days, 3 nights without my phone. And those that time that I practiced this digital fasting, magical. It felt like for the first time I was paying attention to myself and to my thoughts, and I was giving 100% attention to my imaginations because there were no distractions whatsoever. So like I said, I packed food, I packed everything I needed. The only time I even got out of the room was when I wanted to go to the gym to exercise. I took books, I took my planner, and all I was doing the whole time was reading, reading my Bible, reading other books, and just planning. And just thinking and planning. I did spiritual planning. I did professional and personal development planning and goal setting. I did financial planning. And I think to entertain myself when I was not thinking or planning or praying or reading, to entertain myself, the only thing I did was to watch um, the only channel I would watch was HGTV channel where they cover real estate stuff, and I found it educative and also relaxing. So I enjoy house renovations and all of that stuff, right? And it was nice just watching that and no other interactions, no news coming in, nothing. So even with the television, like I was saying, I was intentional with it, set on a particular channel that I would just learn something and also to relax. So I remember during this time, I was marking the number of times I felt like reaching out for my phone and my phone wasn't there, right? Because I had left my phone at home. And you'd be surprised at the number of times we touch our phones every day. You'd be surprised. And the amount of distractions that our phone exposes us to in a day, it will surprise you. So at the end of the day, I'll say that the solitude that I enjoyed within that space without any distractions from my phone or from any digital any digital tool or platform, that that digital fasting period, I would say, gave me the clarity that I needed to do thinking and planning for 2025. And I'm just going to briefly share one or two things from my goal setting. So I'm a spiritual person, I'm a Christian by faith, and I believe that my spirituality is the foundation of everything. So I set spiritual goal. And my spiritual goal for 2025 is to complete reading the Bible cover to cover. The farthest I've come is doing halfway, and that was 2023. And I want to 2025, I want to be able to go further and be able to complete it. So that is my spiritual goal for the year. On the professional side, I want to see horizontal growth, which means that I want to expand my technical set. I want to work on diverse projects where I can, challenge myself and also adopt new technical skills. So I've even talked to a couple of people in my company about some of the particular areas that I want to expand to. On the personal development side or on a personal goal, I want to journal at least 3 times a week. And also, I want to read about 5 new books. And I would say last year I did well drinking more water. I'll say this year I want to continue drinking at least 2 liters of water every day. So that's on the personal development side. On the financial planning or financial goal, I have set new savings target for myself, and I have put in some specifics that can help me achieve my savings goal. And my goal for YouTube. So, when I started YouTube, I was careful not to promise that I'm going to release a video every week. I knew that my job is quite demanding, and it was also the first year that I was starting YouTube, and I didn't want to overpromise and underdeliver. So I didn't promise a video every week. I think looking back, what I was able to do 13 videos. So if we split it as about a video a month ish, right? Plus one. This year, my goal is that I want to be able to at least do video every other week so that I improve on what I did last year. And then also, I'll be able to cover a number of topics that I really want to cover that will be of help to you. So, if there are any specific topics that you would like me to cover, please do put it on in the comment section, or you can reach out to me on LinkedIn or through my email. And I've provided my email in the description of the channel, so you can always reach out. And I'm also hoping to bring some few guests on my channel, to talk about some of these relevant topics that you so that you can learn from other people's experience, not just my experience. So in all, that is how I started my 2025 intentionally, with digital fasting, solitude, and also gaining the clarity I needed for my goal setting. And because of how impactful it was, I told myself that I don't have to do this just once a year. I'm going to try to do the digital fasting at least twice a year. So in the middle of the year, I can check in with myself to know how I'm doing on the goals that I set at the beginning of the year. What needs to change? What do I want to add? What doesn't serve me anymore? What do I want to take out? I highly recommend the digital fasting to you if you want to start your year or continue your year more intentionally. And you do not need to check into a hotel room like I did, right? Maybe you even live alone. So if you live alone, maybe you want to change environment, or you just want to tuck your phone somewhere that you will not have access to, or that you discipline yourself to just turn your phone off. It doesn't even have to be 3 days. You can do just a whole day where you give yourself permission to sit still, to reflect, to imagine things, and to have the clarity you need to plan. If you're someone who works in a place where you need to be answering phone calls and text messages all the time, you can plan it around your off days. I did it during the holidays, just at the beginning of the year. And you can do it on a weekend. You can do it anytime that suits you. I'm curious to know how many of you are interested, or how many of you are going to do this digital fast. So do practice and let me know. And the benefits are amazing. So, because of how important it is to practice detachment from our phones, there's actually a book called How to Break Up with Your Phone. Yes. by Catherine Price, who is a science journalist. And one of the favorite quotes in that book, it says, the same technology that gives us freedom can also act like a leash. And the more tethered we become, the more it raises the question of who is actually in control. Take a few minutes to, pause and think about this. She's saying that technology is great. It gives us the freedom, to interact with people, to connect with people. But the more we get attached to technology, or in this case, to a phone, then it begins to raise the question of who is actually in control. Now, that word leash really hits me hard because think of it, human being and a dog on a leash. The human being is the one in control, right? Controlling the dog, where to go, and all of that. So, if our relationship with a phone, it's almost like we human beings are on a leash by our phones. That sounds terrible, right? So, yeah, that hits me, and I was like, I need to take control. So that is something for you to ponder over. And that brings me to the end of today's video. And I hope that it was helpful to you. Thank you to all my subscribers. Because of you, we've hit 1,000 subscribers. Please subscribe if this video was relevant to you, if it's valuable to you. Share, subscribe, and do like. Till the next video, have a blessed new year and see you in the next video. Bye.